The World Circuit Tour is up next. Having obviously done the qualifiers, well, now we have to do what we qualified for. Obviously, we are not just wasting time doing that. And just like the qualifiers, not alone in the commentary box.
Yep, I am here once again for a glorious day here at Mount Panorama Bathurst.
Crazy that you've managed to, like, acclimate an accent for a specific word.
What word?
Bathurst. Are you a sheep?
No, that's just how the track is pronounced.
Everyone that's not Australian will say Bathurst. It's not a bathtub. Unless you're in Australia, in which case then it might be.
Plus also, it's something I picked up from talking to Isabel every now and then.
I suppose she and Iris are basically the only Aussies around, huh?
Yeah.
Scott Webber...
Anyways, let's get to the race.
We don't need to rush that, you know.
We were chaining shit.
No. And off we fuck from Bathurst, or or sheep, or whatever. The bathtub, the mountain. Gibberish. The winner of the first race of the qualifiers was Barbara, so she will lead us through... Is that Hell's Corner? Or is that the last turn?
Yep.
And it was one of the motherfuckers, and she is, gone already. That's already like 2 seconds over Roxanne Reyes, and we haven't even made it to turn 2. Still not sure. We need to figure out something in some kind of regulation change that makes this thing not 675. This thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think we need to talk to the person who runs the calculator to, unfuck their shit.
Well, I mean, I talk to myself all the time, but like... Shiro Suzuka, who started last because he got fourth at the last qualifier last week. Jesus Christ. His teammates in front of him don't seem to get the memo, and Goldie just did more team killing, didn't she? You have one job, Goldie. There are a handful of cars you cannot hit under any circumstances. Mind you... Okay, actually, no, that's not really your fault. I was very quick to assume, and I don't think I'm wrong in assuming, considering what Goldie did to the car right behind her the last time, but... Yeah, no, that's just Nat deciding that she can just rejoin however the hell she pleases.
Yeah, that's...
No good.
As we go through Forest Elbow and start heading down the Conrad Straight.
Now, the MR2 is a balanced package that Shiro drives. It doesn't suck in a straight line, but it's not... It ain't this.
Yeah.
Jordan almost ran you off the road right there. I don't know how the hell she got that from the stop.
Yeah, I have no idea either. Fuck it, I suppose.
And go Shiro's teammates. They might be... Oh, nope. Thrasher. The Advan liveries are feuding. There's something that... Either Akari's being a klutz, or Thrasher inadvertently brake tested her, but the replay cameras did not catch it. Kit Taylor is surrounded by the color green.
If it's green, it's me.
Timefield, I think, jumped from 5th to 2nd on one lap of racing. But she's got a bit of work to do, we'll say.
Yeah.
Maybe about 4.5, maybe 5 seconds between first and second. Suzuka is probably closer to second than second is to Barbara. And that's bearing in mind the fact that he's having to sit behind a big-ass fucking fire chicken up the mountain.
Yeah. See about.
Both not known for their ability to climb mountains.
You know, the people I know, you learn a thing or two because they've done a thing or two.
Alice? Who's that? Alice seemed to have a decent mountain section. She closed that gap a lot in basically one lap here.
To be fair, you would think a modern Porsche can turn better than a 60s Corvette.
You would assume. Sure had a peek down the inside at the last turn, but didn't get it done. Still has the inside, keeps his bumper there. Still not done. Reyes still holding fast against the Toyota. But Suzuka just has the better pull with the, I guess, the better gearing or something. The POV car up into the podium places. We're not even halfway through the race. The problem is, yes, Alice might have the advantage in cornering grip, but I have a hard time believing she'll be making any passes using that. She can get as good of a run out of fourth elbow or house corner as she like. That's not going to help her when she has to deal with this thing in a straight line to try and take the lead.
Yeah, that car is shaped like a bullet and flies like one.
Alright, we're doing the Congo line down the mountain. Let's go.
Choo-choo.
So Alice is probably toast. Oh, bumper to the back of the 55. No damage though. The MR2 is like the middle ground of these cars. It has some handling, but also has some power. It's probably got better handling than the Corvette, but worse handling than the Cayman. Super aggressive on the brakes, too. Meanwhile, the replay cameras caught the tail end of you getting by Reyes at the chase. She tries a peek back down the inside, but that'll get her nowhere.
It wasn't that complicated of a move. I just got the draft down the Conrad straight and then slammed on my brake.
And then you made the corner.
Yeah!
2 to go. Suzuka, probably because he just took Hal's corner without a car in front of him for the first time all race, is already up 6.5 tenths on his already fastest lap of the race. So that clearly speaks to the kind of speed he's got on this mountain. I would say you wouldn't expect the JGTC, you know, almost was to be good at this kind of track, but you wouldn't really expect Barbara to be either. You'd expect Isabelle to be, but she's in 10th. Given where she started, which I think was like 16th or something, that's still good. And that is the move. The MR2 can just brake way later going down the mountain. It's not trying to, you know, log all that American weight. I mean, he's a damn good hairpin right here, because he's gonna have to be as far ahead as humanly possible to keep this thing away, and just watch that fucking speedometer.
I would say Barbara should watch hers as well, but
It stopped about 25 miles per hour ago. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Too wide through the kink. Barbara just chooses to live. Maybe do that on the final lap, but not right now. Crossover attack as Suzuka intimidated himself.
That was absolutely insane going side by side through the bend like that. Well, the chase. It's supposed to be my ass for that one. Oh well. 211 flat versus a 211.9. They are absolutely pushing it.
Barbara got back past at turn 1 and will now proceed to fuck off on the way down to 2. Is 2 the bend? I know the names of the corners, but I don't necessarily know which ones are which.
Turn 2.
That's what I thought. It's like I know the names, but I don't necessarily know which corner is which name. This will be the section where the MR2 will thrive. I guess it's probably just a car diff because you could conceivably drive an MR2 on a Toge, and that's about the closest analog to this. Holy fuck.
We're on the outside.
Yeah, that's somebody who knows he has the cornering advantage and knows he needs to use it if he wants to survive.
Now this belt though, starting like you said, 16th or 17th on the grid, up to 8.
Yeah, she knows this place, I would say.
Yeah.
A little bit of attrition did help, but that's part of knowing the place, is knowing how not to let it kill you. Just gonna get her nose in again. Suzuka is just, this time he just doesn't care. This time he gets it stopped considerably better. Still goes a little wide, but isn't going to leave the door wide open to the Corvette. And she cannot get there under brakes, so Shiro Suzuka is going to pull off an upset here at Bathurst. Victory over Barbara and everyone else. A distant third place. Fucking Christ. 210, 210s and a 211 flat for Barbara. That's not third. Here comes Time Field for third. Some fucking I don't know how many seconds later.
Fucking 217.
I suppose Alice probably wasn't pushing at all because she was on an island, but still.
And also the fact that her lap time dropped almost 3 seconds? Over 3 seconds that final lap?
Yeah, over 3 seconds. Actually, it looks like most drivers' lap times were doing that, except for these two. You probably couldn't give a solitary damn about what the track conditions were. They only gave a damn about getting to the line first.
Told physics to go fuck themselves.
Physics will have to wait, because this race isn't going to.
Yeah, someone needs to get bitch slapped, physics be damned.
Physics got bitch slapped, what do you mean? Suzuka is the second race.
In Japan.
We stay in the Asian Pacific region for round 2. It's a 2-2-2 split between the 3 main regions of Challenge Series. So there were a couple saying that we should have started here because Suzuka is a qualifying track, and to that I say, Bathurst isn't.
I'm just here.
That's a bit of an understatement. We are away from Suzuka, and oh boy, this is a harbinger of doom if I ever saw one right here.
Yeah, no one told me what the deal is between those two, but I was told by actually the driver behind me that she heard something.
The long and short of it is, before they were here, they were both in a New York, I think, New York base. It was either NYC or a SoCal-based street racing crew, which the Supra kicked the Charger out of because the Charger is a loose cannon.
How loose of a cannon?
Close to Buck territory.
Okay. So about an 8.
Yeah, if Buck is a 10, then Goldie is like a 7.5. And she's already shown it in just like a handful of weeks in the Challenge Series.
So I should have brought popcorn in the car with me.
Somewhere in the mass of automobiles is Antonia Diamante, who is the POV driver. So-called Jinx, according to, well, herself, and her family apparently started it. Yeah, nobody with that last name has ever won a race, even though Diamante has had a multiple-year-long rally career before getting here. And that's also her dad literally raced for Mitsubishi at one point, and he still didn't win any rallies. You guys are not doing that back here. Okay, never mind. Mitsurugi had common sense and decided to not go 3 wide at 130R on lap 1.
What's the saying for doing stupid shit in the 130R?
Don't? I don't know the saying.
Fuck, we said it. Somebody's got a wife and kids at home. There it is.
I was about to say a sense of self-preservation, but that's not in your
What is
vocabulary.
that?
Isabel's gonna try and put her Mustang in between these two, although Shinozuka has done well enough to get away from Tony Jordan anyways, but still. I just had like a bra moment where I just got like kind of cross-eyed for who was who. I like imagine like an invisible third Southern Speed Code driver like in between De La Cruz and Reyes. No. There's not much of anything in between them right now, actually. Reyes is practically tailgating her teammate. Tyler could be in between them, but he is sitting in 14th because he did not get a good starting grid spot at all. Let's have an all-wheel drive battle for 8th behind those two. If and when Diamante can get alongside Thrash Hair. Not yet. It would be stupid to try it like that. Some Shinozuka might do, but not Diamante.
I mean, that corner is a passing zone.
Yeah, but it's not a dive bomb zone. It's not that much of a breaking point.
Found that handy.
Diamante will get ahead of Thrasher and slot right in to take 130R. She seems to be the only one with any kind of, like, pace advantage, like, anywhere on the track right now. Everybody else is just kind of existing. Although Isabel is currently arguably the fastest on the track. Never mind, because that lap time just got trounced by Diamante, despite having to pass multiple cars. And Suzuka barely hangs on to 5th over De La Cruz. Isabel is right there with the Charger now, and well, I don't know, these two cars are pretty samey in terms of like their behaviors. It's not like the battle from Bathurst where we had a Porsche, a old Corvette, and an MR2. And we had the 60s, the 90s, and the late 2010s fighting. This time it's just a really big, heavy muscle car and a slightly big, or slightly less big, slightly less heavy muscle car. and then Tony Jordan, and then your really old muscle car. That's actually probably about as light as the Mustang. It's probably lighter than the Hellcat.
And then as I entered this corner, I get flashbacks to a previous race I'd done here.
And Delo Cruz is probably wishing he could flash back to when he was still in P6. He was absolutely embarrassed by an Evo because lol, four-wheel drive on the way out of a hairpin. Kind of a foregone conclusion by that point. Embarrasses the MR2 down the back stretch. Here we are. Here you are going elbows out against Tony Jordan is a decision. But I suppose that's just kind of how you race too. So, yeah, that may have future consequences. Like, you two are both aggressive behind the wheel, in different ways, but both aggressive.
I'm always down for a fist fight.
I don't know that Jordan can go that far. She seems like the I'm keeping my helmet on type.
Oh shit! I also can't punch a girl. Winter, you're up.
Wasn't aware you had that kind of limitation on yourself.
I'm an asshole. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not an asshole, because I am an asshole, but I am not a monster.
I don't know, I'm of the opinion that a woman is equally as capable of being obnoxious as a man. We're all human.
Ah, shit. Probably gonna have to edit half that shit out. Oh well. Not my problem. As we are rocketing down the straight towards 130R.
Not quite the same rocket ship speeds as Bathurst. There's no, I think Barbara was clocked at about 195 at the fucking kink before the chase. At least once.
Oh, yeah.
White flag, Shinozuka has led from pole the full race. This is going to be Isabel's last chance to work on that.
Man, I could go to KFC in Mountain Dew right now.
You know, you got you sponsored by Mountain Dew, Isabel sponsored by Pepsi.
Yeah.
And then Diamante that's sponsored by a game company.
Well, then there's Shinozuka with what looks like some KFC sponsorship. Good thing we're in Japan where there are over 1,000 different KFC locations. As I get absolutely embarrassed in the S's by a four-wheel drive car, congratulations, sir, I am driving a boat.
Again, somebody who knows they have the handling advantage and knows if they have to use it. Because that's not even a traction advantage. You're not going fast enough for a four-wheel drive advantage to change anything. That will probably be the deciding factor right here, though.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, there is the all-wheel drive difference. Just being able to floor it like a fucking Yahoo out of the hairpin, and the Evo is just like, alright, I guess we're doing this now.
Alright, floor it.
Saw Diamante try a late apex up spoon curve, but had to cut in a little earlier than I think she wanted because the car was not turning. Do not think she'll be... No, she will be close enough to try a 130R. Desperation!
Holy shit, that worked?
Oh, fucking apparently.
Somebody spin out! Oh, she threw it away!
No, she didn't. She, just Shinozuka just returned the favor and dove at the Casio Triangle.
Here we go! Side by side! Drag race! Evo outside! Charger inside!
Fuck me!
What the fuck? Tick Timing's got it at 0.000!
4.
Nobody!
It's a little late. They're a little ways past the line, but this is about center mass. This is where the drivers sit, or is over the line for both cars, and
That is where the transponder is in the cars that we use for timing and scoring.
but we didn't know how to call it. The timing and scoring didn't know how to call it, and the transponders both registered the exact same race time on the two cars because the timer starts technically when the green flag or when the green lights light up, not when a car crosses the start line. So this was actually a straight up fucking tie as
We
it got
literally
scored.
went back and looked at every single angle and spent about 40 minutes talking about it, breaking it down frame by frame. It is actually as dead of a tie as humanly possible.
Yeah, so we technically neither driver won. They were both given half a point.
Yeah, so 19 and a half.
I just find that funny. You know, we were just talking about, oh yeah, Diamante, her family has never won a race, and then the moment it looks like she might, it's a tie. Literally a dead heat. Not all of the timing and scoring technology in the world could separate these two cars at the finish.
Yeah, what the fuck?
There's just, there are no other words for that. Also, your second consecutive fourth place finish.
Yeah.
Consistency. Son of a bitch. It's France.
I knew we made a wrong turn somewhere.
Probably at Monza. Nah, who am I
God
kidding?
damn it.
No, am I kidding? We made the right turn not going that way, but I don't know how the fuck we ended up in France. We were trying to end up at Silverstone, but something just prevented us from getting there. Instead, we're gonna enforce the big race clause, so to speak, with Le Mans. I don't know what Lemons has to do with it. I just call this Circuit de la Sarthe, but nobody else seems to do that. We are away from Le Mans. I don't know why I sang that, kind of. No four-wheel drive advantages up here because Kit Taylor has nowhere to go. It's going to be a dead heat between the two pole sitters, but Kotori is going to inch ahead before the chicane. And behind those three is was, before Buck appeared, a 4.56 for Cassiopeia. Although we'll see if maybe she can get back ahead. This is not either of those cars. Inside lane go Burr. Yeah, so it is once again a 4.56. Well, good thing Shinozuka is ahead of those two. She cannot possibly team kill if she's not behind them. Even if Mitsurugi was clearly trying to pass on the exit of Petra Rouge right there. Speaking of, Tony Jordan is the POV car, and it's like we were just talking about you. something aggressive driver. As she sends it 3 wide at the first chicane with Thrasher and Alice. It gets the both of them. Or no, actually just gets Thrasher, doesn't get Alice, but might get ahead of Alice on the way out. Yeah.
There's English.
Somewhere in there, yeah. You're not Jordan, no. find out drag Buck towards the second chicane. These two are going to be about even in performance on a straight.
And boneheadedness.
Yeah. I don't know. I think actually, in terms of sheer incompetence, it probably goes to Jordan. Buck is usually conscious of him being an idiot. Half of stupidity is not realizing you're being stupid. And my limited sample size of Jordan tells me that she kind of errs in that category of not aware of it.
Speaking of not aware, she nearly makes it 3-1 in the Mulsanne corner. Isabel's going off into the kitty litter. And across traffic, watch out everybody, and there's an overcorrection.
The Mustang refused to find traction. It's almost like it's a Mustang or something.
This time it happens to be a crowd of cars.
Yeah, so despite Jordan backing out of the move, Nat Black still tried to move over because she thought there'd be a car inside. There wasn't. And Isabel goes wide just as much to avoid crashing into Mikoto as she does to, you know, try and scrub off speed. But you can see with the traction control down there, it was lighting up. She never really had control, and yeah, sure enough, there's the crowd of vehicles. It also caused a stack up at the apex itself. Different replay camera caught Tyler bumping into Alice, who then got bumped into Thrasher. And then Tyler also bumps into Buck as he's getting pushed down into him by Isabel's sliding car. So, Jordan backed out of a corner and escaped absolute fucking lunacy at the apex of Mulsanne corner.
What question has the bar said? Like, if you're the one that causes the crash, you're usually not in the crash?
Yeah, that checks out. Although, well, Jordan didn't really cause it. She backed out of an attempt at passing, but then again, Nat Black, who did bump into Isabel expecting Tony Jordan to be there, also did not get involved, so maybe it still holds true. I wouldn't expect these two to play nice either. Mitsurugi's not a big fan of Jordan any more than Shinozuka is.
And there's a wall!
Yeah, and apparently Jordan doesn't like Mikoto either. Just shoves the other Supra into the outside wall at the Porsche curves. Didn't do any damage, but message sent, methinks. I'm not really surprised. Barbara's taking the lead already. This track is like 80% straightaways. I'm surprised it took her this long.
Poor Red Go room.
Tori's chasing her fucking tail through the chicane. She has less power and is the newer car, but she's got less grip than the Corvette. I don't know what kind of tuning they did to that Corvette back when Barbara raced under Urban Estate Racing Team, but, well, it wasn't enough. She just went wide there, but it didn't cost her a place. But yeah, it was Barbara's time under Urban Estate Racing Team as it was originally established, not the Urban Estate Motors, or Motorsports, that's headed by... I don't actually know who's officially the owner of that team, to be honest. I don't think it's anybody that actually runs in the series, but I know like Satoshi Rollins is kind of like considered the leader of the team. It's kind of in the same vein as like you probably don't know Porsche AG, but the one who runs that team is not a driver. Like Stephanie is considered the lead driver of that team, but she does not own it. It's not quite like, you know, you both lead and own Demon Sports, or Team AMT is in the same boat as Goldie's gonna try and put a car in between her and Jordan. Ryza will not accept this. Gets back ahead of the Hellcat in the second chicane. If Reza knows these two having a rivalry, she's probably just thinking she needs to make sure she's not in the damn crossfire.
But there's only one problem with that logic.
Now she's just in front of them if Jordan puts the bumper to the car, to the 564, or Goldie tries to go back down the inside and makes contact with her that way.
Ooh. Okay.
A Hellcat sideways, wouldn't think of it. But Goldie spends like 2/3 of her life sideways when she's driving that car, so she's probably used to saving it every minute and a half. Still nose to tail heading towards Indianapolis, and once again Goldie's gonna try and make a pass. She is desperate to create a meat shield out of that Mercedes. She might just have it finally.
For 2 seconds.
Yeah, and then Jordan gets back down the inside.
Contact!
As I said, aggressive driving and just barges the Hellcat out of the way. The Hellcat will have the straight line advantage though, being, you know, a Hellcat. Jordan is blocking.
Into the Porsche curve.
Goldie cleared initially, but ran out of cornering grip.
Ooh, almost contact there. Still side by side.
Shinozuka tried to do the same thing to Jordan that Jordan did to her team owner on the previous lap. Team owner and cousin, but Tony is clear. No. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Shinozuka tried to send it at the end of the S's, which was a call. That was never gonna work. Maybe she thought she could just intimidate the Toyota driver. So Barbara is already 7 seconds ahead.
Okay.
This is going to be a race for second between Jordan and Kotori, it looks like. Unless Shinozuka's got something to say about it, and let's face it, she's always got something to say, so... Yeah, we were just saying it's Suzuka, she's not that far off from being Buck. Her and Jordan are both just kind of kindred spirits in terms of sheer chaos and just disarray just from their mere existence. On to the Mulsanne, and I would assume Kotori has the advantage here. That is a V8 in that Alfa Romeo, but Slipstream might even things out. Gonna force the Supra the long way. No, wait, that's the other way. That is the short way around at the chicane, but it is the long way around to the left-hand part, which is kind of where you need to get the runoff. Shinozuka's back!
Oh! Hello, motherfucker!
Jordan is forced to save the car as Shinozuka basically tries to dump her on the way out. And Reza ended up in the middle of them anyway, despite her best efforts.
The smart move here is just pull over and let them kill each other.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, there's plenty of space between 4th and or 5th and 6th. Nat Black is all the way back here. At worst, you move out of the way, you give up 4th place, you finish 5th and don't have any repairs. Best case scenario, these two wreck each other, you end up at the podium.
Go into Mulsanne corner.
I think Reza tried to get out of the way for Jordan, but Jordan just wasn't late on the brakes, and then Reza just parked the bus at the apex of Mulsanne corner.
Okay then.
Yeah, defensive driving against Jordan, that sounds like a pretty quick way to get dumped the next time you're near each other on the track, but she's not doing anything yet. She might just simply be hyper-focused on who's in 3rd. And looking for 2nd. Tori's gonna force the Hellcat the long way around, and Shinozuka will not have the grip. Bumper to the back of the 564, which achieved literally nothing. Make your way to the Porsche curves for the last time. Supra, even with the front aero damage, is probably still going to be able to out-corner both of the cars in front of her. If she chooses to use the corner grip.
Full
The
contact!
white tap! I don't even know if there was contact. If there was, it was very minor, but Shinozuka completely slid out from it. A little ways up the road, Barbara is going to take a hardly in doubt Le Mans victory. Kotori will hold on to second. Looks like Jordan will head home in third, having successfully knocked her rival out of the way, but not really as aggressively as I would have expected, all things considered. Shinozuka fourth from... actually, it's about where she started. It's Ryza that fell a lot, starting second, finishing fifth. But this group of four were very clearly in a separate category, both from compared to Barbara and compared to literally everyone else on the racetrack. Yeah, no, there was absolutely no contact there. Shinozuka, I think, just tried to flop. Tried to make it look like Jordan hit her, but the replay camera shows all, and it showed zero contact.
Sounds like a skill issue.
A little bit, yeah. Trying to throw for content is Goldie, and it's, well, she just looks like more of a clown now because of it.